Welcome to episode 79 of Regen Rovers. I've used this word a lot so far this season, but remarkable really is a very apt word to be using this season because we are top of League One. How are we top of League One after 13 games? I just don't understand. It's quite unbelievable, really. We are, about a quarter of the way through, just over a quarter of the way through the season. And we're top of the table on goal difference above Birmingham City. Of course, as you can see, that is quite tight at the early stages of the season. It always is, isn't it, at the start of the season? It's going to be tight and gradually teams will spread out as the season progresses. But to be at the top after 13 games, 7 wins, 5 draws, 1 defeat, a plus 11 goal difference in a new division, in a division that the game thinks we should be finishing bottom of, is remarkable. Since the last episode when we managed to beat Exeter and then beat Ipswich 5-0, we've been unbeaten. There's been a few too many draws to my liking, but we're scoring goals, which is very much pleasing me. I thought at the start of the season we might struggle to get enough goals, but you can see here Spencer Drury has scored for 7 games in a row. So he scored against Ipswich, he then scored against Swindon, Carlisle, Plymouth, Northampton, Luton and Scunthorpe. Some very crucial goals in there as well from him. He is being a lot more consistent, which is very pleasing because he's been known for his inconsistency, lack of composure in front of goal when he's one-on-one with the keeper, despite the fact he's got a decent composure rating. If we just have a look at him, I just want to focus on him a bit. It's a bit like a player diaries feature in a way. But you can see some of his attributes over the last 4 years have gone up crazy amounts. Look at his concentration. It's gone from 5.2 all the way up to 13. Things like acceleration have even improved. He's improved his pace over the years. It's all the way up to 16 from 14.6 previously. Off the ball has gone up. Its finishing's gone up. Everything has gone up. There's a few things he's a bit lacking in, the likes of technique. I'm actually trying to improve his quickness because I'd quite like to improve his pace as well as acceleration. Of course, he's very quick off the mark, but when he gets to that top speed, it's not as high as I would like. So if he can get that up to 14 or 15, then he's going to be really, really dangerous on the counter-attack. He already is at this level, but I'm sort of preparing him for the Championship and maybe the Premier League. Because other things, technically, he is a bit lacking apart from finishing in first touch. And that's never really going to improve for him. We can't improve all of these attributes. So I'm trying to make him more of a very quick poacher. Michael Owen-esque, I suppose, although he's not very good at dribbling. But he's turned into a very, very important weapon for us. And he did get on the score sheet, of course, against Swindon Town in a 2-2 draw. Disappointing though, because we went 2-0 up and we did throw this away. They were slightly the better team though, so it was a bit of a... We were a bit lucky to be 2-0 up at half time, to be honest, and they did get back into the game. But Reece Walker managed to get a goal, a rare goal for our ginger-haired centre-back. It was Mohamed Garba. Remember, he's actually got slightly better free kicks than Stephen Dean. It's Stephen Dean that's been scoring the free kicks this season, but when Garba's on the pitch, he is our free kick taker. And it was a good free kick. Spencer Drury did make it 2-0. I must say, Reece Walker's been our best defender this season. Yahya with the assist there. Reece Walker, he's been better than Danny Bai on the whole. He got man of the match in this game as well. We did get back to winning ways though against Carlisle United. A 3-1 win against the team from Cumbria. We took a 3-goal lead early on in the game. You can see they did get a goal back in the second half, but it was all over by the time they did score. We completely dominated this game. This was the first goal on the counter-attack. Craig Palmer using his pace. Good cross into Spencer Drury and a lovely finish. He's just not taken as much time to hit the shot. He's just going on instinct rather than getting out to the keeper and then thinking, what do I do? He's just hit that. And it was a great finish. Larry Udder. Let's not forget him. Look at that weird air shot from Yahya. Second attempt. He managed to get it in. And it was actually a really well worked goal between our 3 strikers. Those 3 up front, they just work so well together. I've thought about maybe putting Lee Orford in there. He has played a few games, but it's not been at all very good this season. Because those 3 are their link-up play is delightful. This was another good goal from us. Dibba into Udder to make it 3-0. And we had 20 shots to their 6, 56% possession. We definitely deserved to win that game. We won for the second game in a row, 2-1 against Plymouth. they did actually take a lead and we came from behind this time. It's a bit rare for us to come from behind. It's usually the other way around. Spencer Drury got us back into the game in the 23rd minute. We've been successful down in the southwest. We've beaten Exeter and now we've beaten Plymouth Argyle. Stephen Dean putting a great ball over and Drury tucking it away, beating Honeyball to the ball. Great name there, Honeyball. And Stephen Dean scored another free kick. Look at that. It was right on the edge of the area, right in the middle, and he found the back of the net. It's pretty tough from there, in a way, because it's so central. But the right back has scored 3 free kicks this season, and he is our top average rated player as well. And we won for the 3rd game in a row. This was the Checkatrade Trophy, 2-0 away from home against Northampton Town. And it was 2 of those strikers again, 2 of our lethal trio, getting the goals. It was Palmer of the first one, 43rd minute. Let's have a look at this one. So Mohamed Garba picking the ball up, putting a ball in to Orford. Dibber then found Palmer, who found the back of the net. Orford played in this game. I alternate the players during the cup games just to give them some game time. Lisa Zelis, for example, played in this game. Spencer Drury then managed to round it off with a second goal on the day. Lovely finish. Well, quite a simple finish past the keeper, let's be honest, but we know how inconsistent he has been in front of goal in those situations in the past. But this season, it's working really, really well for him. And he did actually score again in a 2-2 draw against Luton Town. They took the lead, we took the lead, they got a late goal. I guess disappointing in the end to lose this one, considering we did have a lot of shots, but they did have the better chances in this game. So they took the lead in the 21st minute, but Reece Walker once again scored in the 28th minute this time. It's another free kick from Mohamed Garba. He seems to have a better delivery at the indirect free kicks, I suppose. The ones he stuck them into the box and were heading them away. The snake pit was going wild there. Spencer Drury then made it 2-1, but like I said, they did get an 89th minute equaliser. Stephen Dean with the assist again. And a 1-1 draw against Scunthorpe United, but this was a good draw away from home in Lincolnshire. They took the lead in the 20th minute. It looked like it was over, but in the 91st minute, Spencer Drury steps up yet again to score another goal and get us a crucial point to keep us top of the table above Birmingham City on goal difference. Palmer putting a great ball in and Drury at the back post just needed to nod it into the empty net for his 10th goal of the season already, and it's only the 23rd of October. Let's have a look then. 10 goals for Spencer Drury in 15 starts and 1 sub-appearance. 8 goals for Larry Udder. 4 assists for him as well. He's been really good, actually. Craig Palmer, Stephen Dean and... Craig Palmer and Stephen Dean both have 3 goals each. Really, really good performance from Stephen Dean this season. Reece Walker has 2, and then there's a goal each for Chick, Dibber and Lofts. Assist-wise, Craig Palmer is yet again top. Larry Udder is second. Those strikers just link up so wonderfully well. Dibber and Stephen Dean have 3 each. Spencer Drury also has 3, and then there's Garber with 2 from those free kicks. I'm actually playing him in the central role because it seems to be working well. Of course, he's taken free kicks as well and doing really well. Yahya, Diaz and Chick also have an assist each, but man of the match wise, Stephen Dean leading the way easily. Danny Bai is nowhere to be seen in terms of man of the match awards. It's quite unusual, but he's still having a good season, 7.09, but he is actually below the likes of Walker, Drury and Stephen Dean. You will notice there's a few players out on loan. I've decided to loan out Tim Green. He's second choice right back. He's on loan at Dagenham and Redbridge. If Stephen Dean gets injured, we can get him back from Dagenham and Redbridge. I assume they're towards the top of the Vanarama National League South. I don't know how they've dropped that low down, really. But he's gone out there. He's only played 1 game so far, but had a very, very impressive performance. Man of the match, in fact, from him. He's still a quality right back for us. He's a bit disappointed at the lack of first team football. We need to give him some game time, I think. So that's why I've loaned him out. Kevin Miguel has also gone out on loan. He's actually gone out on loan to top of the table, Hampton and Richmond in the National League South. So that will be good experience for him. He's playing with a very good team. In his 1 appearance so far, he's got a decent average rating. He needs some game time in some proper competitive football. Of course, he's played a lot of games for us over the years, but mainly off the bench. And he's a backup, isn't he? So I think we need to loan him out and get him some game time. We've also got the likes of Sean Black and Francis Arthur Owusu out on loan, and of course Colin McGugan's gone back to Northern Ireland. Might be loaning some other players, maybe the likes of our other new Northern Irish player, Dixon. Where is he? There he is, Neil Dixon. He's injured at the moment, but perhaps we should loan him out as well. Got high hopes of him. Tackling of 14. He could slot into that central ball-winning midfielder role. I'm training him up to be a ball-winning midfielder because we obviously don't play an actual defensive midfielder. And perhaps he will solve all our problems in the middle. That's not problematic in the middle. I'd like someone in the middle who can really win the ball back for us. Kante would be nice. If we can find a Kante regen, that would be very nice indeed. Anyway, let's get on with this game against Southend United. But actually before that, take it away. Yep, Southend is Paul's big day out today. I am from Chelmsford originally, as I've mentioned about 1,000 times. Southend just down the road, 20-25 minutes away down the road. And I would often go there because my great-grandma lived there for a number of years after she left Chelmsford and moved into an old people's home. She lived to one day away from being 101. She did get to 100, got a birthday card from the Queen and everything, which was exciting. I spent quite a bit of time down there, I guess, with my grandparents and my mum in particular. And there's some nice parts of Southend. You've got the pier and, you know, that the Southendish type stuff. And then there's some nice parts around it. Hadley, I'd recommend going there. There's a nice little old castle. It's very, very, very small though. It's not really a proper castle. There's a nice farm there run by the Salvation Army as well. There's some nice parts surrounding, and there's some good views over the Thames estuary, I guess, from that area. So go and check out Southend one day. It's kind of a thing you have to do once in your life, really. It's got the world's longest pier, hasn't it? Anyway, Southend United at home at Regen Rovers Stadium. They're coming down to Surrey, to Reigate, to take on the younglings. And this is the team I'm going with. Foot Kachar in goal. Dean, Bai, Walker. Lofts is playing left back because Yahaya's injured for how long? 3 to 4 weeks, so that's a bit of a shame. And Greg Cross has actually only just played in the under-23s because I didn't realise, of course, Yahya was going to get injured. So Charlie Lofts is going to have to play left back. We're going Dibba, Garb and Diaz in the middle. It's a team that speaks for itself, other than Yahya, really. Southend United, here we go. They're playing in pink. Classic 4-4-2 from them. Let's see what we can do against the Essex boys. My great-grandma's old people's home, her room, actually overlooked Roots Hall, the stadium in Southend. You could see the pitch and everything, so it would have been great if you supported Southend. You could just look out the window and there you go. Lately, I've been going pretty attacking. We've got it expressive on. This is what we used against Ipswich Town. It hasn't quite worked in the last couple of games because we picked up 2 draws, of course. But we're continuing to score goals, which is good. We're very good on the break. Arguably, maybe I should be counter-attacking. It worked so well against Ipswich, didn't it? But we're at home. We want to take the game to Southend today. Here's Dibba into Craig Palmer. Back to Diaz. Runs forward. It's into Uda, who's had the shot. He's hit the post. Oh, it wasn't the most powerful effort, but it did cause problems for the Southend goalkeeper. As always, if you can smash that like button, it would be very nice indeed, very much appreciated as we come forward here. Diaz into Dibba, hits it, Spencer Drury, great save by the keeper there. It was a really good save, I must say. But we've won a corner, which Garber will take. Mohamed Garber into the box, headed away. Here's Spencer Drury picking it up. It's into Garber. Oh, near post. I think those 2 guys might have been offside, and that might be why they left it. But we have had the best chances so far. 1 clear-cut chance to their 0. But I think it's going to be 0-0 at half-time. Maybe we'll take a different approach and go counter in the second half. Try and hit them on the break. Invite them on. And then go up the pitch. Bash them. Stephen Dean's picked up a yellow card right at the end of the half. I'm going to say unlucky so far. I'm going to go counter. And we're going to go more direct in the second half and just knock it up the pitch to our strikers. Hope they can cause some carnage. Garber might have to come off at some point. He's quite tired. But we've got options. We've got Luke Holland on loan from Liverpool. We've got Christian Marlowe. Nothing's happening. This is a bizarre game. It's one of those games just like the Exeter game where it's just boring. It's going to be a long throw from Southend, knocked into the box, but Furuk Kachar, our English-Turkish goalkeeper, easily clings on to that. He's been solid. This is when he makes a mistake. Spencer Drew loses the ball. This is going to be a second yellow card. We're going to have to go for it now. Attacking. Fluid. Let's just go. Boom. In fact, I'm going to make some changes. It's not been our striker's day, but Garber's going to come off. Paddy Murray's going to come onto the pitch. We don't actually have Marlowe on the bench today. Diaz, I'm going to bring Brady Chick on in the middle, and he's going to play. In fact, we'll play Dibber as a box-to-box midfielder. Chick there. We'll try and get them two up the pitch. And Dean is going to play more attacking. We're going to pump it into the box, play a bit more balanced football. We might as well make our other substitute. I'm going to bring on Lee Orford on for Larry Udder. Let's see what Orford can do for us. We know what he can do. A couple of seasons ago, he was insanely good. They're down to 10 men, guys. Come on. We need a highlight. I might have to go overload. Passionate. Show some passion. Not sure why, but we're going overload. Come on. This might not be our day. It's not happening for us, is it? Nothing much has happened in this game. It's quite strange. Or maybe this is the opportunity. Orford out to Palmer. Dean's pushing on forwards. He's put a good ball in. Oh, Orford. Another good save by the Southend goalkeeper. That was a half chance, I think. It's not to be today, surely. 3 minutes to go. Although Dibber steps in. It's into Spencer Drury. Charging forwards. He's gone for the long shot. And it's wide. It sort of froze there for a second, but we've had the most shots, we've had the chances, it's just not happened. Chick heads that away brilliantly. It's nice having him back there heading things away in the midfield area, but Southend taking control of this now. What is Danny Bye doing? What was that? Danny Bye! Heartbreak. 10-man Southend with their first meaningful effort. Danny Bye he literally stood still. What are you doing? And Fulkachar couldn't keep it out at the near post. Oh, the captain. What on earth was that? That was ridiculous defence. I just don't understand. That's the game's fault though, really, isn't it? 10 seconds to go. This is all over. Maybe I should have just been patient and not gone ridiculously over the top. There we go. It's only our second defeat of the season. Let's be honest, we're expected to lose these games, aren't we? We're not expected to win the league, and maybe this is just a reality check now. But I'm still going to be harsh, because we should have won. The strikers weren't good enough. Danny Bye, what the hell? He's made the old cock-up over his Regen Rovers career, hasn't he? But that is just... that tops it off, really. Some of my players are starting to get a little bit disappointed that they're not getting first team football. Some are happy to, the likes of Orford and Udder, actually in their contract they were happy to just have backup as their preferred playing time, which is quite strange when they actually, well, especially Udder is first choice. But Joe Mohammed wants to go out on loan. He's going to be a key player at Chelmsford City as a striker, so that's good for him. He's not scored for us yet this season. He's done very well for the under-23s. You can see he's scored 12 goals already. First team-wise, he's come off the bench 5 times, failed to find the back of the net, not a particularly good average rating either. And last season, he had a good start to the season, but I don't think he's ever going to be a first-choice striker for us unless he improves quite a bit. So let's give him some game time at Chelmsford City and see how it goes, or somewhere else. But Kinstonian want to play him central midfield, so that's not on, and Aquasiv wants to play him on the right, so I want him to play as a striker. That's his role. Coventry City at home then, and I've made 2 changes. Greg Cross has come back into left back, he's fit again, and Paddy Murray, I'm going to play him in the middle. Mohamed Garba, for whatever reason, his morale's not great. He's done okay for us, 6.94 average rating, couple of assists. But he's not exactly happy. He's probably not particularly happy to be back on loan to Regen Rovers. He thought it escaped us for the Championship. But it's his own fault. He's not pushed on at Brentford. And he's back in... well, he's in League One with us. But, yeah, I'm going to put him on the bench. And he might be an impact substitute. I want to give Paddy Murray another go in the middle. I think he's a good option there. And we'll see how he works alongside Patrick Dibber and Diaz. I'm going to put Jack Young on the bench instead of Joe Mohammed, because Mohammed's probably going out on loan. Bradley Berry's just come back from injury, so it's good to have him back. Jack Young's played 1 game so far this season, and he got a very low average rating, 6.4. Some of you, I know, just think I should not play him, but the majority of you love him and would probably shoot me if I ever released him. I'm not going to release him. It's just a fact, maybe we shouldn't play him as much. It's just I want him to... If say we're 4-0 up against Coventry, let's bring him off the bench. I want him to get him that 1 goal. Once he's got that goal for this season, then perhaps we don't ever have to play him again this season. It's a nostalgic hit. Regen Rovers, what do you think of? Jack Young, of course. Legend of the club. Coventry will be tough. Actually, I meant to go more... What I'm going to do is we're going to go a bit more back to our original thing from this season. We're going to go retain possession. Keep hold of the ball, because that worked well. I want to get back to winning ways. Exeter City are now above us in the table, and they do actually have a game in hand at the moment. We did beat Exeter though, remember, so we're better than them, in my opinion. Nothing's happening, probably because I've gone retain possession, but if we can get a goal, then that will suit me. Here's Paddy Murray into Patrick Dibber. Back to Paddy Murray. Long ball up to Udder. Heads it into Palmer. Here's Spencer Drury, who scores his 11th goal of the season. He doesn't miss that one-on-one again. He's just been... Oh, he's been efficient, hasn't he? He's been great. 1-0 up. Palmer into Drury. And he finds the top corner. Lovely, lovely goal. And nothing else has happened in this half. So this is kind of working. By just being efficient with our possession, we're doing very well. Half-time sub. I don't think it's needed. Murray's on a yellow card, so we'll have to watch that. Diaz is quite tired. The midfielders get tired because they're doing a lot of work in the middle there. And they do play pretty much every game. Although this has been probably the most consistent side that I've ever put out, probably since the first couple seasons when I didn't really have any option who to play. This season it's been a consistent front three, generally consistent in the back four when I've able to play those preferred four players. Fuat Kachar's solidified his place as the #1 goalkeeper at Regen Rovers, and the midfield, in fact the only position is the middle midfielder that isn't consistent, because I can't find someone to really put in good performances there. It's between Garber, Marlowe, Paddy Murray, Luke Holland. There's so many options, but Diaz and Dibber kind of... Oh no. Oh, it's what a miss. They kind of cemented their place there, I suppose. But no position is safe. Everyone has to put in performances. I'm going to put Luke Holland in there now, just to shore up the midfield. He's got very good tackling rating, remember. And Larry Udder's not having a great game again. I'm going to bring on Brady Chick this time. We're not going to risk Jack Young. If I was 4-0 up, then I would. But not 1-0 up. I'm going to take Diaz off. He's very tired. We'll bring on Mohamed Garber. Just give him a bit of a boost. Can we hang on today? Last episode, 5-0 win against Ipswich. There was no worry at all. But today it's been a 1-0 defeat against Southend. And now we're trying to scrabble together a 1-0 win against Coventry City. It's boring, but can this be a second? Garber into the box. Back to Luke Holland. Back to Mohamed Garber. All the way back to Holland again. It's into Patrick Dibber. This is nice play. Spencer Drury. That one was saved by the keeper. It wasn't the easiest of opportunities. It was a good attempt, but the keeper made a good save. And we're going to have to try and hold on for a minute and a half now. Greg Cross throws it into Spencer Drury, and that's the end of that highlight. Can it go to the end of the game now? This is it. Come on. Yep. 1-0 win. A 1-0 defeat and a 1-0 win today. I'm pleased. I'm very pleased to beat Coventry City, who were fifth in the table. Well, they're fifth in the table now. So that was a good win against a playoff team. And we're back to the top of the table. Exeter do have a game in hand. They're two points behind us, so they can go to the top if they win that. But we end today where we started. We've just added 1 win and 1 defeat to our tally. Wow. Can we do it? Let me know in the comment section below. Where do you think we will finish this season? I guess the likelihood is we will have a drop-off at some point. And the teams behind us are so close we could drop quite far down the table. It really does depend on... Perhaps we're doing so well at the start of the season because we're on a high from last season. We got promoted and we've just carried that on this year. Eventually, maybe it will just fizzle out. Next few games are quite big, actually. We've got Peterborough in the league. Kettering in the FA Cup first round, who we should be beating because that Kettering, I don't think they're even in a division. They're just in the regional leagues. Yeah, regional Premier Division. Chelsea in the Checkatrade Trophy. We've almost qualified from that group already, I think. If I just go down, where are we? We're top of the group. In fact, we have qualified already, so we can just experiment against Chelsea under 23s, really. Play some players, just play anyone really. It would be nice to beat them. Then Wickham, Blackburn, some big games in there, but every game is big for us this season, of course. Thanks for watching today's episode. Please hit that like button. Let me know where you think we'll finish this season in the comment section below. And I will see you in episode 80. That's a really big number, isn't it? Come on, you younglings.
you.